My whole family thinks I forgave my father before he died. I let them believe it because the truth would only hurt the people he left behind. The hospice room smelled like antiseptic and dying flowers. My father was propped up on 3 pillows, skin the color of old paper, and he watched me walk in with those same eyes he'd used to size me up my whole life. You came, he said. Mom asked me to. He almost smiled. Not for me then. No. My mother and my 2 sisters were down in the cafeteria. They'd been circling him for 2 weeks like he was a saint departing. To them he was. To them he was the man who coached soccer and paid for weddings and cried at the piano recitals. They didn't grow up in the same house I did. Sit, he said. I stayed standing. Suit yourself. Doctor says it's days now. Maybe hours. I know. I heard. He picked at the blanket with a hand that shook. I want to say something before. You don't get to, I said. You don't get to hand me some speech and clean out your account before you go. That's not how it works. His eyes sharpened. There he was. The real one. You always were the difficult one, he said. I was 8. You were difficult at 8. I laughed, and it came out ugly. You locked me in the garage overnight when I was 8. In January. Because I spilled paint. I taught you consequences. You taught me to check the locks on every door I sleep behind. Still do. 41 years old, and I still do. He looked away, toward the window. Your sisters don't remember it that way. My sisters were the ones you loved. My voice cracked, and I hated it. You were careful with them. I was the practice run. The one you made your mistakes on. I gave you everything they had. You gave me a version of it. With interest. With a bill at the end of every month. I stepped closer. You know what I remember most? Not the belt. Not the garage. The way you'd smile at me right before. Like you were enjoying it. He didn't deny it. That was the thing. In all the years, he never once denied it. I'm dying, he said instead. Everybody is. You're just faster. He turned his head back to me, and something moved across his face that I'd waited my whole life to see. Not love. I'd stopped hoping for love around the time I stopped being a kid. It was fear. You'll say something nice at the funeral, he said. It wasn't a question. It was an order. The way everything with him was an order. Why would I do that? Because your mother believes I was a good man. Because your sisters believe it. And if you stand up there and tell them what I did, you'll take the only thing they have left. His breathing rattled. You'll ruin their grief, and they'll hate you for it, not me. You know they will. He was right. That was the horror of it. He was right, and he knew he was right, and he was using it, one last time, from a hospice bed, to make sure his story stayed clean. So you'll keep your mouth shut, he said. You always do. I sat down then. Finally, I pulled the chair close, and I leaned in until I could smell the sickness on his breath. You want to know why I really came? I said quietly. He waited. 2 weeks ago, your lawyer called me. You made me executor, not mom, not the girls. Me, the difficult one. I watched it land. Want to know why? Because you knew I was the only one who'd actually read the paperwork. The only one who wouldn't just take your word for it. His hand stopped moving on the blanket. I read all of it, I said. The second account, the one in Denver, the withdrawals going back 19 years. The name on the other deed. I let it sit. I know about her. I know about him, the boy. He's 20 now. He called me last week, Dad. He wanted to know if his father was going to acknowledge him before he died. I told him the truth. I told him no. The monitor beside him ticked faster. So here's what happens, I said. You get your clean funeral. I'll stand up and I'll say you were complicated and everyone will nod. Mom keeps her good man. The girls keep their daddy. And after the flowers wilt, I'll settle the estate exactly the way the law requires. Every account, every heir, every name, including his. His mouth opened. Nothing came out. You spent 40 years making sure I was the one who couldn't be lied to, I said, standing. Congratulations. It worked. I walked to the door. Behind me, the machine climbed. You forgive me, he said, and now it was a question, thin and desperate. Tell them you forgave me. I didn't turn around. I'll tell them whatever keeps them whole, I said. That was never for you.